The senator assaulted her, not knowing her dad is a retired U.S. Navy SEAL. That was the moment his life ended, even though he didn't know it yet. Sophia Brooks woke up on the cold floor of a shadowy suite, her vision shaking, her body limp, her arms numb, her breath shallow. She didn't remember leaving the ballroom. She didn't remember being guided down the hallway. She didn't remember stepping into this room. But she remembered taking a drink the senator himself handed her, a smile on his lips, a strange sweetness in the glass, then darkness, and now this. Her dress was torn, her skin bruised, her throat tight with terror. She lifted her head. Pain shot through her skull. And there he was, Senator William Hawthorne, silver hair, perfect suit, a hero to the cameras, a monster in private. He stood over her, breathing heavy, rebuttoning his shirt, straightening his tie like he had done something routine. Sophia tried to speak, to cry, to crawl, but her voice cracked, and her body refused to obey. He walked around her slowly, cold eyes, no guilt, only satisfaction. Then he grabbed her by the wrist, yanked her off the ground, dragged her across the suite, and shoved her into a small storage room. She hit the floor hard, her shoulder stinging, her breath knocked out. The senator looked down at her face, calm voice steady. "Nobody will believe you." He shut the door, locked it, and walked away, his expensive shoes tapping lightly as if nothing had happened. Sophia curled into herself, crying, shaking, barely breathing. For a long moment she felt nothing but hopelessness. Then her hand brushed against something cold in the dark. A phone old Dusty abandoned. Her heart jumped. She grabbed it, pressed the power button. The screen flickered, then lit up with trembling fingers. Barely able to type, she dialed the only number she could trust. The line rang once, "Dad." Her voice cracked, barely a whisper. Daniel Brooks froze when he heard that word. He had heard her cry as a baby. He had heard her laugh as a child. But he had never, not once, heard her sound like this. "Sophia, where are you?" She sobbed. "He hurt me, the senator. He locked me in a room. Dad, I'm scared." Daniel went silent, a deadly kind of silent, the kind that comes before violence, before action, before war. "Listen to me. Stay awake. Tell me everything you see." She described the walls, the shelves, the carpet, the muffled music behind the door, her breathing shaking each word. Daniel processed every detail instantly, mapped the building, calculated distance, analyzed layout, his mind shifting back into the soldier he once was. "I am coming right now. Do not close your eyes." He grabbed his keys, stormed out of his house, jumped into his truck, and accelerated so hard the tires screamed. Daniel Brooks, retired United States Navy SEAL. A man who hunted terrorists across continents, a man trained to bring death silently, a man who would gladly burn the world for his daughter. He held the phone to his ear, listening to Sophia's trembling breaths, guiding her. He repeated, "Do not sleep, do not fade. I am almost there." He pulled into the university parking lot. Didn't park, didn't slow, didn't hesitate. He sprinted through the back entrance, phone pressed to his ear, eyes sharp, heart cold. He followed the clues, the music, the vents, the hallway pattern until he found the locked door. "Sophia, I am here." He threw his shoulder into it. The door cracked, then shattered. The room flooded with light, and Sophia looked up, tears in her eyes. Daniel dropped to his knees, scooped her into his arms, held her against his chest. "You are safe, I have you." She cried uncontrollably, her body shaking. He carried her out, slow, steady, controlled, like she was the most precious thing on earth. He took her straight to the hospital, where doctors rushed her into an exam room, where nurses whispered with horrified faces, where police asked questions. Daniel ignored. He was not done. Not by a long shot. After Sophia was sedated, after doctors confirmed what he already knew, Daniel stepped outside into the cold night air, into the silence he had been trained to use. He unlocked his old military phone, a secure device linked to only 5 men in the world. Men he once bled with. Men he once saved. Men who once saved him. Ghost 6, his old SEAL team. He typed 2 words, "I need." The replies came instantly. Where, who, when, how, bad. Daniel typed, "He hurt my daughter." The next reply came faster than breath. We ride 3 hours later. A black SUV rolled into the hospital parking lot. Reaper stepped out first. Shaved head, black goatee, cold eyes. The kind of man nightmares fear. Then Tank, a giant of a man, dark skin, muscles like steel beams, silence like thunder. Then Switch Slim, light on his feet, glasses glowing from laptop screens. Then Mac blonde square jaw eyes that saw everything, and finally Havoc. Hair tied back, beard thick hands skilled enough to build or destroy anything. These men were not a team, they were a weapon. Daniel walked up to them, a storm in human skin. Reaper placed a hand on his shoulder. "Tell us everything." Daniel told the story, every detail, every bruise, every tear. The men listened, silent, deadly. When Daniel finished, Reaper whispered, "He dies." Daniel shook his head. "No, he suffers." Reaper smiled, cold perfect. "Then he suffers." They returned to Daniel's house, turning the garage into a war room. Blueprints, screens, maps, weapons, intel switch, hacked the Senator's phone, email cloud hidden drives. Within minutes, they found proof the Senator had done this before. 5 other victims. Threats, payoffs, cover-ups. Tank clenched his fists so tight his knuckles cracked. Mac muttered, "This is a special kind of evil." Reaper looked at Daniel. "We bring him in tonight." Daniel nodded. Eyes cold, heart steady tonight. They moved like ghosts, silent, deadly precise. The Senator left a private dinner at midnight, walking to his luxury car in the underground garage. Smiling, laughing, thinking he owned the world. His car wouldn't start. Then the lights flickered, then he heard them. Footsteps slow, heavy, purposeful. 6 shadows emerged from the darkness, Daniel leading them, eyes burning with fury. Senator Hawthorne froze, fear replacing arrogance. You cannot touch me. I am a senator." Daniel stepped closer, voice low, controlled, dangerous. "You touched my daughter." Tank grabbed him, lifted him, slammed him into the wall. The Senator screamed, but nobody heard. Switch had jammed the radios, blockers disabled signals. This garage belonged to them now. They dragged him into a black van, blindfolded, gagged, begging, crying. The van arrived at an abandoned naval warehouse, rust concrete, shadows perfect. They strapped the Senator to a steel chair, under a single flickering light. He sobbed, voice cracking, "Please, I have money. I have power. I can fix this." Daniel knelt in front of him. Eyes dead. "You broke my daughter. Now we break you." Tank held his hand down. Reaper lifted a hammer. The Senator screamed. But the sound was swallowed by the night. What happened next was not death, not mercy, not forgiveness. It was punishment, cold, precise, deserved. By the time Ghost 6 was finished, the Senator was broken, bleeding, whimpering. A destroyed version of the powerful man he once was. They left him alive because living was the real punishment. At sunrise, they dumped him on the courthouse steps, ink staining his face, confession papers taped to his chest. Fingers shattered, eyes swollen from crying. Police found him shaking, begging to be arrested. The media exploded. The country erupted, his career burned in ruins, and Sophia Brooks finally slept without fear, her father sitting by her side, watching her breathe. Daniel Brooks, retired U.S. Navy SEAL. Never celebrated, never thanked. But he did what needed to be done, for his daughter, for justice, for peace. And the Senator learned the only lesson that mattered: never hurt a SEAL's child. Because some fathers do not call the police. Some fathers call war.